morning sun paints the Chattahoochee River gold, while the city stirs with stories yet untold. Another shift, another day alone, chasing justice down these streets I've always known. Christmas lights still twinkle while I roam, watch the years go by through a cruiser window alone. Missed birthdays, dinners, tears at dawn, but the badge I wore meant keeping others strong. So I gave my all to these streets of stone, where silence screams and the lost feel alone. Every call, every life, every silent goodnight built a legacy under that blue and red light. Now I lay it down, my watch complete. May the echoes of the beat never miss us heartbeat. The siren sang while families gathered near, and I swallowed down my hunger, hid the fear. Each face I saved, each cry in the night, too often forgotten in the morning light. I've met good people, the kind you don't forget, neighbors and friends who showed respect. Their kindness, their courage, I'll carry with me still. They're the souls I'll miss as time stands still. Echoes of the beat. The morning sun paints the Chattahoochee River gold, while the city stirs with stories yet untold. Another shift, another day alone, chasing justice down these streets I've always known. Christmas lights still twinkle while I roam, watch the years go by through a cruiser window alone. Missed birthdays, dinners, tears at dawn, but the badge I wore meant keeping others strong. So I gave my all to these streets of stone, where silence screams and the lost feel alone. Every call, every life, every silent goodnight built a legacy under that blue and red light. Now I lay it down, my watch complete. May the echoes of the beat never miss a heartbeat. The sirens sang, the families gathered near, and I swallowed down my hunger, hid the fear. Each face I saved, each cry in the night, too often forgotten in the morning light. I've met good people, the kind you don't forget, neighbors and friends who show respect. Their kindness, their courage, I'll carry with me still. They're the souls I'll miss as time stands still. Sun paints the Chattahoochee River gold, while the city stirs with stories yet untold. Another shift, another day alone, chasing justice down these streets I've always known. Every light still twinkled while I roamed, neighbors and friends who showed respect. Their kindness, their courage I'll carry with me still. They're the souls I'll miss as time stands still.
His opportunity to retire. Today we want to honor Corporal Greene, 39 years of dedicated service to the Columbus Police Department. Robert has began his career on July the 12th, 1986 and was promoted to corporal in February of 2011. He served across multiple units, patrol services, support services, bike squad, 911 center, and even worked closely with the crossing guards with the Muskogee County School District. In September 2003, he was named Officer of the Month. Outside of the badge in the Columbus Police Department, Robert has been a long-time Safe Kids volunteer, helping protect the most vulnerable of our community. And if you look at his table up here, you can see all the multiple proclamations and awards that Robert has been given over the course of his 39 years with the Columbus Police Department. Now, this is a little bit off script, but I want to tell you a couple of things about Robert. So, Robert and I, we didn't work together a whole lot until I got to the motor unit and was a lieutenant in motor unit as well, so in that unit twice. But in some conversations, we realized that his dad and my dad and granddaddy actually were business partners at one time. So that was kind of a neat story that we realized a little bit later on over the course of our time together. Hey, what is it exactly that Robert does? And I would just tell him, you don't have enough time. You don't have enough time for me to explain all the things that he does for us. And those questions became more frequent as we became short of officers. During the time when we were short of manpower, people were looking at different ways that we could move people around and get people to the streets and all that. And the last time somebody asked me that question, the patrol major walked in and said, hey, I need you to tell me exactly what Robert does. And so for the next hour and a half, I commenced to go down this list of things that he did for us. And then I just closed that out with simply this. If you move him out of those duties have to be done, and they have to be done by other people in the motor unit, other people across this department, and across this city. And you're going to be divvying out those duties that one guy has been doing for a really, really long time and is really, really good at over the, probably 15 people it would take to do what he was doing. And so the patrol major at the time got up, he walked back to his office. I never heard anything else about that. So it was a blessing that they didn't do anything that would have moved him out of that position. My first year as a lieutenant in motors, I was tasked with kind of planning the SOA protest, if y'all remember the SOA stuff we used to have to do. I can just tell you right now, if it wasn't for Robert and his knowledge of how to set that up and put all that stuff in place and where the tents were and where the chairs were and where the table, oh my gosh, that would have driven me absolutely crazy. So those were the kind of things that he did that people never saw and that people never realized, that he was doing all of these extra things that had to be done, and people just didn't realize it because he's kind of a quiet guy. He doesn't say much. He kind of flies under the radar. But the reality of it was he is just absolutely irreplaceable and has done a tremendous job for us, and it was a real blessing to work with you all these years, and I certainly do appreciate that.
Thank you, Chief. Everybody that's present, Spike Motors, past Mike Motors, work for another agency, come on up when they are. Just want to echo, I'm not going to say a whole lot what Chief Deaton said. Robert is irreplaceable. I think we'll probably find that next week. But I do want to, on behalf of the, where's Robert at? On behalf of the Columbus Police Department, where's Miss Tammy at? Come on up here, young lady. On behalf of the Columbus Police Department, the traffic unit, the motor squad, the bike squad, the school radar squad, and I see some crossing guards out there too, and I appreciate all that. We forget about you, but we can't forget about you, especially when you're here. But the crossing guards is what Robert's main job was, in addition to the bike squad. And when we had 16 motors and 5 or 6 bike, it was a lot easier to manage 60 or 70 crossing guards with some of the escorts and stuff that we did. And now with the short of some of the things that we have, Robert is the only bike guy we've got right now. He's doing Bike Columbus, Safe Kids, helmet giveaways, car seat giveaways, escorts for Bike to School Month, and Mayor's Bike, and doing all that, and he'll drag, hey, Lieutenant, I ain't got enough people, so we have to work too. But on behalf of the traffic unit, and I will tell you, if you've been married, if you are married, you know that the person is not the one usually getting all the accolades. It's the lady that goes behind the scenes. And on behalf of the traffic unit, every time that Robert had a function, especially school crossing guards, y'all ate pretty well. And she was behind the scenes, and the in-laws were behind the scenes. But I will tell you that it'd be very remiss if I don't ever remember the spouse to do that. So once again, thank you so much for supporting your husband. And Robert, if you don't know, is retiring from the Columbus Police Department and going to work for the school district covering the crossing guards, so y'all don't get rid of it. What Robert does for Piedmont, he did a lot of behind, hey, I got a meeting at the hospital, I've got kid safety and all this other stuff, but why are you still here, Robert? Go. So thanks for Piedmont for this area, for the space and everything that y'all done. And on a small token, the traffic units respect, and send you away. It's just a small plaque with a clock, so that hopefully he's never late, and a picture of him riding on the river walk. But Robert will be missed, and again, we appreciate everything that you've done, Robert.
Okay, so to do the presentations for the main departmental plaques and accolades, I want to start by just simply saying, on behalf of Chief Mathis and the entire command staff and the entire department, Robert, we are sad to see you go, but we appreciate your dedicated service for 39 years. So I'll start with the Columbus Police Department plaque that reads, "Presents Corporal Robert Greene for 39 years of dedicated service to the Columbus Police Department and the citizens of Columbus, Georgia, June 2025. Starting Mathis, Chief of Police." Robert Greene, Police Corporal. The Columbus Consolidated Government's retirement program is a significant occasion marking 39 years of dedicated service to the police department. Congratulations, you have certainly earned this most deserving recognition, 1986 to 2025. The thing that people, when they retire, often want the second most is their retirement badge. And so, again, on behalf of Chief Mathis and the command staff, we will give you and present you with your retired corporal Columbus Police Department badge. To you. Your transfer letter transferring your service weapon from the Columbus Police Department to you, and then I would also present you your duty weapon, Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm. Yep.
My name is Deborah McConan. I am a program coordinator with Safe Kids Georgia, based in Atlanta. I have had the pleasure and honor of working closely with Pam for over many years, but have not had the pleasure with working with you, Robert Greene, but have heard many great things from Pam and others as part of Safe Kids Columbus. So I'm very privileged to be here today, and thank you, Pam, for extending the invite to our team to honor Robert through his many years of service, not just with Columbus PD, but with also Safe Kids Columbus. He has been a true pioneer of the community and has worked very hard over the 20 plus years that he's been involved with the coalition to develop and grow and strengthen our mission, which is to prevent unintentional injuries among kids, such as water safety, drowning prevention, that kind of thing, car seat safety. I heard, Robert, that you are CPST and have checked many seats over the many years that you've been involved, probably way more than I have. But in addition to that, you are also helped with the life jacket loaner program that Safe Kids Columbus offers. So in addition to car seats, water safety, that I know that you've been very involved with their grant submission process. I don't know if many of you guys know, but Safe Kids is a nonprofit organization that relies heavily on donor funds to keep the mission going. So Robert has been a true supporter and advocate for getting those dollars in so that we're able to carry out our mission. I always sing the praises of Safe Kids Columbus. They're one of our strongest coalitions in the state. We always, bring that up to our partners, and during coalition meetings, we always talk about how can we get our other 30 coalitions to be exactly like Safe Kids Columbus, because Pam and her team have done so much to ensure the safety of their community, and I see now that it takes more than one person to make that happen. So, Robert, we of course are it's a very bittersweet moment to know that you're leaving the coalition, and I know that whoever will step into your place has some big shoes to fill, but very, very thankful for all of the years of service that you've dedicated to the coalition. And this is on behalf of our office. We wanted to send you off with a nice Safe Kids Georgia cooler bag along with a couple other goodies, just as a small token of our appreciation for all that you've been doing. So thank you so much. Congratulations on your retirement, and I hope it's very relaxing and fulfilling and all that you want it to be. Congratulations.
About time. When Robert got hired, I was still in high school. So I met Robert when I was sent to the North Precinct. Well, the man administration mad me, Touchberry was kicked out. So we didn't work with him no longer until I got down and got promoted from Detective Division, went to patrol for a year. And then I inquired about going over there to work with Robert. And there was some pushback and forth, but I got over there. And let me tell you, during the time I went over, my wife was sick and whatnot, and Robert was there. Robert was there. Robert was running the whole organization. I guess I was just there as a figurehead, but he did everything. And I'm telling you, everything. I remember lieutenants would say, well, y'all don't do anything. I said, okay. So I brought Jeffrey and I said, look at this board here. Look at all this stuff. He said, well, I didn't know y'all did all that. But I'm telling you, if anything needs to be done, Robert did it. Like Pam said, and it happened. And I'm telling you now, y'all losing a good man. I mean a good man. Honest, like I said, integrity. And he never complained. He never complained. He just did it. Well, I didn't hear it, but he did it. So I'm just saying, accolades, whoever takes his place, gonna have to have 4 pairs of shoes because he's a good man. I love you, Robert. Anything I can ever do for you. Welcome to retirement, semi-retirement. I love you.
I'm just going to echo everything that everybody said, because there's nothing else to say about Robert on my personal behalf. I've known Robert since 2012, and he recruited me over to my team. And I don't look back ever since. I've been going forth, even though across the street, I carry that legacy on and started the bike report with the sheriff's office. We still work together. Robert and I go way back also. He was my best man at my wedding, and he's my best friend. And I'm going to miss him. Every morning I get up, 2 hours before I have to go to work, I'll go to his office, we can sit down and have coffee together. So that on a personal basis. And Robert, I am going to miss you, but I'm going to see you in the mornings again.
Outlet. But anyway, I want to thank Corporal Greene, Robert Greene. He's like a brother to me. He's a very good friend. Actually, he and I have been knowing each other since '87 in downtown Baker Village. So we've been together a long time, but we really got together in 2001. He came to the Cross Guard and Bike Squad. I was in community relations, and a lot of times I couldn't work sometimes, but his people would volunteer to carry the loads. I would give us giveaways, and he would take it. Then right before I was getting ready to retire, in fact, about a couple of months before I got to send me back in patrol. So anyway, after then, I went upstairs, I minded my business, I guess I retired. Next thing I told was saying that, okay, you ride the bike squad. And I could not ride a bike, but anyway, a police ride. So I worked with Robert, he taught me everything I need to know. But the biggest thing I can tell about Robert over the years, I was never on time according to Robert. She'll tell me to come 4:30 in the morning, and I said, I'm gonna beat him this time. I'd be there at 4:30, he there at 3:30. And we over the years, but he has been a pleasure, and he'd always said, Don, I need you to check on this, and Lieutenant says you need to be doing this, and you need to be doing that. But it has been a pleasure, and I have enjoyed it, and I'm gonna miss him. Of course, I'm going over to the school board. Sometimes the lieutenant let me go over there. Because he said I'm always community relations anyway, but anyway, I'm spread this thing. But I really want to thank you once again, Rob, because it's my pleasure. And for once, we're probably on time tomorrow.
These guys get down. Joe and I started a long time ago in bike patrol. Anything I've learned from bike patrol, I learned from Joe. Because he's been there the longest. He taught me many things. You see pictures of him up here. He's with Safe Kids too. And he taught me a lot about logistics and how to do things organized. That's where he got where he is now. Because he was the one who handled it. And of course, everybody here, Richard and Gary, helped me out all these years. And just I couldn't do what I did without anything, especially my sergeant. Very sorry.
Chicken, but that's okay, I'm not. One thing about it, I'm not chicken. I ain't afraid to talk about the school guard crossing that my boss, Officer Greene, has done for me and the women at the school guard crossers. We're all up in age, but one thing about it is, I can call him, and he'll be there. I can call him and tell him, but one thing for sure is, he will be there for me. And I've been doing this ever since 2016, and I want to thank God for having a good boss. Because when you got a good boss, everything flows in ocean. Just like that. So, officer, I love you. And I love you too, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to have that opportunity to be with your husband. Thank you.
Hey, is there anybody else that wants to come up and give a few words? Anybody else? Don't be scared.
I'll say something right here, but thank you again from the crossing guards, from all the crossing guards, the men and the women of the Skokie County School District crossing guards. We thank you, and we're so happy that you're coming with us. We're so happy that you are. So he's been really good to us and for us, and we thank you. Amen.
Going twice? All right, Robert, it's all you, buddy.
Well, I started my internship back in 1985 at the Columbus Police Department. And I had an opportunity to work in patrol, riding on the streets, and I met a wonderful person who's kind of inspired me most of my life. And that was Renee McInerney. She was in patrol back then, and I got the chance to ride with her that night. And then later she got a sergeant, and she tried to get me over to come to bike patrol, and I finally came over. She promoted to lieutenant. And I got to say, her inspiring me to get with safe kids, doing things with safe kids, realizing there was a gap that needed to be filled in our community. And that we as a bike patrol unit need to fill that gap because we're having so many trauma units here at the hospital because of bicycle accidents. And I said, well, we do what we can do. So all these bicycle helmets we got to the community and fitted properly. It was nice to see how the trauma units went down as far as bicycle accidents, as far as trauma units caused. But then we saw pedestrians going up. So that's when the next step was try to get children safely across streets in the neighborhoods. That was our next goal, to try to get these kids back and forth to school and then home safely. So we want to see that number go down too. So I got to thank Renee for all this, because this was started by you. Because all these people here wouldn't be here was it for you inspired me to do what you did. Got to thank my friends at Bicycle Columbus, RBRC. They help us out with all of our activities. We do Mayor's Bike Ride, we do the Ride of Silence, all kinds of education activities. They're there to help us, and we're there to help them. Of course, all my crossing guards, thank y'all so much. The Kiwanis Club, thank y'all for what y'all do. Y'all are inspiration too. And there's a lot of other people here. I see Tracy way back there. She saved kids many years ago. There's some pictures of you up here. And if you saw two guys, a guy and a woman in a rain suit that was on the ground, laying on the ground, that was Donald Bush. I'm telling him right now, that was him. It wasn't supposed to fall like they did, but they did. But I enjoyed my time in the police department. I cannot think of any time I didn't have any problems. And Lieutenant Carnes, he has been there for me, supported me, helped me. All my Sergeant Anderson, every one of them great. Everybody that's been there is great, always helped me out. Anytime I needed something, Lieutenant Carnes was there. He was there to help me out and support me and try to keep people off my back. Because he knew the load I had, and you don't know the load some people have until you get there. He's had a heavy load as it is. But I want to thank him and the Motor Squad for helping me out over the years. All the escorts we done for the Bicycle Columbus and all the escorts we done. pedestrians, walk to school days we've done. I want to thank Donna Suggs back there. She was our lead crossing guard for many years. Thank you, Donna, because a lot of people out there. And now we have Miss Agnes, and she is stepping in the role. She's learning and she's going, catching on quick. Thank y'all, and I really appreciate everyone here, and I hope I do this good a job helping everybody out here. And thank you for my wife, Tammy, my in-laws here, my mother-in-law, father, my daughter back there in the corner. A lot of y'all, please also, we know we miss birthdays, we miss anniversaries. Our family's there to support us and help us out, and they understand that. So, thank you so much.
Robert, congratulations on your retirement, buddy. We love you and your family. We are super proud of this opportunity for you. We will certainly miss you, but again, congratulations on this retirement and for the next phase of what's coming next for you. And we certainly do appreciate all your service and all that you've done for this city and for the department. At this time, I'd like to call up Ms. Brittany Santiago for closing remarks.
In the heart of Columbus, where the rivers flow, Corporal Greene, your light will always glow. 39 years of loyalty through thick and thin, with courage and compassion, you always win. Now it's time to spread your wings and fly. Columbus stands proud as you say goodbye. Thank you for your service, for the strength you lend. Corporal Robert Greene, our steadfast friend. From the badges and blues to the skies above, you've served us well with unyielding love. Through the streets you walked with a badge of gold, 40 years of stories, each one a tale told. Save kids, Columbus, your passion, love that forever unites. Happy trails ahead, may your journey be bright. In the hearts of our city, you'll shine your light. Thank you for your service, for the strength you lend. Corporal Robert Greene, our steadfast friend. From the badges and blues to the skies above, you served us well with unyielding love. Columbus will remember as you walk away. Corporal Greene forever, we honor your stay.